Hello everyone and welcome to EduTap. Friends, the direct recruitment examination for the post of Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner in the EPFO organization is expected this year, and lots of aspirants are preparing for this particular examination. As you all know that this examination is conducted by UPSC, and therefore it has a vast and diversified kind of syllabus with lots of different components and subjects. The confusion is inevitable that what are the sources or the books that one must read in order to complete the entire syllabus for this particular examination. So in this video, I'll try to give you a list of the shortlisted books that we must read in order to complete the syllabus of the EPFC. But before moving on to that, I would like to tell you about this wonderful guidebook that we have prepared for all of you APFC aspirants, and this guidebook actually contains all the answers to all the questions and confusions that you have in your mind regarding this particular examination. Like, what is EPFO? What is the post of APFC? What is the pattern, or what are the different stages that are there in the APFC examination? What is the syllabus for the examination? What are the previous year's questions which were asked in this examination with their solutions? So everything is included in this particular guidebook, and this guidebook is available absolutely free of cost. Go to the description box given below and you will find a link to download this guidebook. You can download this either in soft copy version, you can read it, or you can take a print out of it and then read it and get definitive answers of all your questions regarding APFC examination, right? So pause the video right now, go to the description box and download this guidebook, and then come back and then we'll resume this particular video. Okay, so if we talk about the book list for the examination, first question that I want to clarify is, how have we shortlisted the books? If you go to different people for advice, different teachers, mentors, institutions, different websites, you will find a list of books that you are recommended in order to read one subject. You are given choices of 1, 2, 3, 4 books, and this actually give rise to more confusion regarding which book is the best for you to read. So how have we shortlisted? We have shortlisted the books based first of all on the syllabus, and then the previous year's questions that were asked in the last examinations conducted by UPSC for the APFC post. So if we look at the syllabus, we get to know the various subjects, and if we look at the previous year's questions, then we identify what are the important topics that must be covered by an aspirant in order to do wonderful at this examination. So all the books that we have shortlisted right here, they come from syllabus as well as the PYQs. We have done an analytical study of it, and then we have come up with this particular list. Okay, so quickly let us sift through this list. First of all, you must be aware about the syllabus. These are the various components that are part of the APFC syllabus, starting from general English, your basically vocabulary, your grammar regarding your grasp of English language, that is tested here. Then current events, Indian culture, heritage and freedom movement. So basically modern Indian history and Indian culture, Indian economy, industrial relations and labor laws, accountancy, population development, globalization, governance and constitution of India, knowledge of computer applications, general science, insurance, general mental ability, statistics, social security, and some other miscellaneous questions that were identified based on the previous year's papers. Okay, so where are we going to cover these subjects from? First of all, build your basics from NCERTs. If you are an aspirant who has not yet read about the general studies part, in which we include history, we include geography, polity, economy, etc., then first of all you have to read NCERTs. NCERTs for modern history, that is your freedom movement, economy, geography, political science, general science and accounts. So for accounts, 11th and 12th NCERTs, right? For modern history, right from class 9th till class 12th, all the books which are related to modern history of India. There are books of NCERTs related to world history, related to ancient and medieval history. You don't need to go through that. You just need to go through the modern history part, right after the revolution of 1857. You have to read about that. Next, Indian economy, basic things about Indian economy. What are the factors of production? What are different things that you have to read? Geography, in this geography part, you have to read about human geography, that is basically population in India. And this is given in the 12th NCERT, class 12th geography, human geography NCERT book. You will find it there. You can also read other class 11 books also. There you will get some basic idea about the Indian geography, basically physical geography. Some questions might be there regarding Indian rivers and all. You can cover through that. Next, political science, class 9 till class 12, and your general science, class 6th till class 10th. These are the NCERT books that you have to read. If you don't have any particular background in these particular subjects, because the reference books that I'm going to tell you, those books are also very important, but the basics you have to start making from your NCERT books. So read those NCERT books if you have got time, and obviously we have time yet, so go through these NCERTs first, and then let us come about the reference books. First of all, for the Indian culture part, you can go for Nitin Singhania, Indian Art and Culture. This book is a one-stop solution for all the elements of Indian culture and heritage, right? So this Nitin Singhania book is must read for Indian culture. Then for Indian modern history, A Brief History of Modern India by Spectrum Publications. This is the one-stop book. If you go by the testimonies of various aspirants who have cleared EPFO examinations, be it for APFC, the last examination conducted, or for the EO examination which was conducted for EPFO, most of the aspirants, they have read the Spectrum book by Spectrum Publications. The author is Rajiv Vahid, and this Brief History of Modern India, it contains all the facts and figures that you need to learn from the Indian history part. Okay, so NCERT, I have told you that NCERT will be there for your basics. If you have gone through NCERT once, then you have to read this book multiple times. Okay, this is the only book that you have to read for Indian modern history, that is freedom movement. Okay, next, Governance and Constitution of India, M. Lakshmikant, Indian polity. It will cover all the important aspects related to Indian constitution, related to Indian political setup. Everything is there in this. Indian governance part you can cover from again M. Lakshmikant's Governance in India. This book is not that important, but this is the Bible that you have to must read. Right, you have to must read this, and this is the only source that you have to consult or that you have to study for Indian polity part. Each and every question in the examination, 100% guarantee will be there in this particular book. Okay, there are other books also, like some one might recommend Didi Basu or Subhash Kashyap also, but those books, the language used in those books is somewhat much more complex, much more technical language, not for the aspirants who don't have a background in political studies. So you should not go for those books unless and until you have a very good grasp over Indian political setup. The books written by Lakshmikant, these books, they have a very lucid language, very simple language. Each and everything is covered in these books. The syllabus coverage is 100%. The language, the articulation, the drafting is very much used in a simple language, so you can understand it very well. And if you read these books multiple times, you will be able to grasp each and every concept of Indian polity very wholeheartedly, right? So go for this book. Then comes your Indian Economy. So Indian Economy by Ramesh Singh is a very important book. It will help you build your basics, and this book is written with an orientation for competitive examinations, usually which are conducted by UPSC. So the questions which are asked in the UPSC examinations related to Indian economy, the various fundas, the various principles related to macroeconomy of India, each and everything you can find in this Indian economy book. All the chapters like banking in India, banking reforms, primary, secondary markets, the labor welfare, and each and everything is covered in this particular book. Okay, fiscal and monetary policy is also there. Next, in economy part, the current affairs are very important. So what are the recent happenings which are there in the Indian economic setup? That you have to cover through newspapers, your magazines, and through the Press Information Bureau releases which are released by the Indian government. So various decisions taken by entities like RBI or the Government Finance Ministry or the Industrial Ministry, Commerce Ministry. So all those important decisions which impact Indian economy or labor welfare or the workings of EPFO, each and everything will be there in the press releases of PIB and your newspaper. So you have to go through that. Then comes your general science. In general science, I have told you 6th to 10th NCERTs, physics, chemistry, biology. Each and every concept there you have to read it. The concepts are not very difficult, but recent happenings, recent developments in the field of science and technology, you will have to cover it through the internet sources, online sources. You can go for the government sources, website of ISRO, various missions by ISRO, Department of Biotechnology, whatever happenings are there, especially in the post-COVID era, the questions are very much probable related to vaccines, related to recent diseases and news. So all those things you can cover through Department of Biotechnology website and Department of Science and Technology. Both these websites are part of the Ministry of Science and Technology, in which Department of Biotech and Department of Science and Technology is there. So you have to go through the online sources as well as the current affairs. So all the new developments which are happening in the field of science and technology, they are covered in newspapers. So newspapers and current affairs are very important for general science. The basic things like your basic everyday chemistry, basic physics like ray optics, etc., your electricity and magnetism, all these things, they will be there in NCERT books. So you will read about those in the NCERTs. The recent developments which are happening, you will cover through current affairs. Next, population development and globalization. Now this topic is a somewhat complex topic. The wordings used here are very vague. So first of all, you will have to build your concepts. regarding the globalization, regarding human development. All those things you will read in static notes in NCRTs. In the NCRTs, they are covered very beautifully, especially the geography and economy NCRTs. But basically the questions which will be there in the examination, they will be related to current affairs. The recent human development report released by United Nations, or the census 2011 data regarding Indian population, the data regarding different attributes of population, like percentage of urbanization, age groups in Indian population, the sex gender distribution, sex distribution in the Indian population. All these things you will have to cover from census 2011. So where will you find reliable sources for this? Again, PIB and current affairs, recent happenings in current affairs. You can also go online and find data for census 2011. Go for the basic things like the population density, the population distribution, the age composition, gender composition, literacy rate, urbanization. All these things, the data that is available online. You can go and check it. Okay. Then human development report, the recent published human development report. What is the rank of India? What are the different areas where India needs to improve or has improved in the past years, that you will have to cover. Again, all these things, they will be covered through online sources. No specific single book you will have to read for this particular component. Okay. Next, accountancy and auditing. Only NCRTs, I have told you, 11th and 12th NCRT you will have to read. Many of the teachers, they recommend that these NCRTs are enough. And I would also say that these NCRTs are enough for answering the questions related to accountancy in the examination. But if you want some other reference book apart from NCRTs, the Accountancy by D.K. Goyal, this is the must-read book that you will have to read for covering the important chapters for the accountancy part. Okay, no other book, no other thing you will have to read. Just these books by D.K. Goyal for class 11th and class 12th of accountancy. That is enough for you to cover the entire accountancy part. Okay. Then comes industrial relations and labor laws. For the static concepts related to industrial relations and labor laws, go for this book by Pyali Ghosh, Industrial Relations and Labor Laws. They are the concepts related to industrial relations, trade unions, management of workers, labor force welfare. All these components are covered in this particular book. The recent policies, schemes and happenings in this particular field, you will have to cover online. Go to the website of Ministry of Labour and Employment. There you will find the various acts, rules and regulations which are there in place by the Indian government for the labor welfare. Okay, so you will have to read about these acts, because EPFO organization, what is the basic mandate given to EPFO is basically the welfare of workforce in India. So these topics, they become very important. This is also true for social security. If you talk about social security, the various schemes run by Ministry of Justice and Empowerment, Social Justice Empowerment, Women Child Development, Health, Family Welfare, Minority Affairs, Labour Employment, Housing, Urban Affairs. So all the various ministries of Indian government, they run various schemes for the welfare of different sections of the population. All the schemes, they can be covered through either PIB or PRS legislative research, where the various acts and bills which are passed, they are covered here. Or you can go online, particular ministries' websites. On every ministry's website, you will find the schemes which are run by that ministry. You can read through that. Other alternative can be that you go for various compilations which are released by various coaching institutions regarding all the welfare schemes run by Indian government. So that is also what you can do. If you want to go to the original source, you can go to PIB or the ministry website. If you don't want to go to the original source, you can rely on the compilations of various welfare schemes released by different coaching institutions. Next, computer, elementary maths and statistics. Computer awareness, I would say that you don't need to go for specific books. If you have a decent knowledge about computers and their functioning, you can obviously learn and revise through mock tests. In mock tests, questions will be there related to the various aspects of computer applications. You can rely on mock tests and their solutions, and from there you can cover your computer applications. But if you want to read a particular book, this is a book released by Arhant Publications, Computer Awareness, covers all the chapters which are there, and any question which can come from this particular component will be covered in this book. Okay, next, quantitative aptitude and statistics. For statistics, I would say the NCRT book for class 11th is enough. The various basic fundas, formulas and functions which are related to the subject of statistics, they are covered in this book. You can go for this book. You don't need to read anything else. For quantitative aptitude, you need more and more practice. Okay, so you go for the book by R.S. Agarwal or any other decent quantitative aptitude book, where you get questions, practice questions related to each and every component of maths. Again, just like computer applications, I would suggest through mock tests also you can cover the quantitative aptitude part, because the questions there, they will be related to various basic concepts like algebra, your geometry, your mensuration. These are the subjects which will be tested there, and again your percentage, ratio, composition. So these are the kinds of things that you will have to practice questions about, and you can find this in a particular good book like by R.S. Agarwal, or through mock tests that you will attempt in any test series that you opt for. Okay. Next is general English. Again, the practice here is the main thing. Grammar and comprehension you can cover through our Health Publications General English book, or Word Power Made Easy. This is for vocabulary. Many of the teachers, they recommend this particular book. But again, I would say that mock tests are there. The more and more practice you do, the more adept you will be there at any language. So if you want to improve your vocabulary, you can do it through this Word Power Made Easy, or you can do it by reading English newspapers, reading on online English articles and magazines. From there you can develop your vocabulary, right? As far as the grammar part goes, again, practice here is very important. So practice as many questions as you can do related to active passive voice, related to direct indirect speech, related to tenses and their usages. All these things, they will be covered through either this book or through mock test. Okay. Next up is current events. So I have told you in Indian economy, general science, social security, in different subjects. Indian economy may be Indian economy also, there are different various components that we have to cover through current affairs. So newspapers, magazines, and your reports and compilations which are released by various coaching institutions, you can go for that. Current affairs is a very, very important part for this examination. Lots and lots of questions are expected to be there from the current affairs in the upcoming APFC exam, right? So now again I would revise 5 very must read books that you must read for the APFC exam. First of all, Indian Polity, M. Lakshmikant. Next, for Indian Freedom Struggle, Spectrum, Brief History of Modern India by Rajiv Ahir. Then for accounts, as I told you, class 11th and 12th, Accountancy by D.K. Goyal. And Industrial Relations, Pyari Ghosh, Industrial Relations. And finally, for Indian Economy, Ramesh Singh's Indian Economy. These are the must-read books for the APFC exam, right? If you have other questions also related to this particular exam, we conduct a live workshop for all the aspirants who are interested to know more about the APFC exam, regarding its pattern, regarding its syllabus, and regarding the strategy for this exam. We give you this free of cost workshop. Live workshop is there where the experienced mentors, they answer all your questions and they tell you about the strategy that you can adopt for this particular examination. Go to the description box given below and you will find the link where you can register yourself for this workshop. Only limited seats are there, and this workshop is absolutely free of cost. So there is nothing you have to give except for your time and attention, and then we promise you to answer each and every question that you have regarding this particular examination. Okay. In addition to this, EduTap has also launched many courses related to APFC exam. There is a master pack where each and every component is covered. All the mock test series and video lectures and handouts for each and every component is there. Then test series plus, where you get the test series plus courses for accountancy, industrial relations, labor laws. These are the kinds of courses that you don't find usually at various other institutions. So you can find this in test series plus. And if you only want the test series for all the different components, you can go for that also. Each and every course starter pack absolutely free of cost is available in the description box given below. Check out the courses and then finally decide whether you want to go for it or not. Okay, so this is all from my side and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like it and share amongst your friends and aspirants so that we can spread the word and more information is there, so various aspirants, they can take an informed decision regarding their preparation. So this is all from my side. Keep on studying, keep on growing. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.